moved to Jharkhand in 1991 after about 15 years at the Indian Social Institute in Bangalore. On my arrival in Jharkhand, I did not come with my own plan where I will be, what I will do. I came and met some very significant persons in Jharkhand, like Dr. Ramdayal Munda, Dr. B.P. Kesi, Dr. Sanjay Basumalik, and others, and told them, here I am. I have certain competence in research, writing, and training young people for involvement in their community. Make use of me for Jharkhand. So then they, on their own, told me they had started in the 1970s and 80s, especially in West Singhbhum. Lot of police atrocity was taking place practically every month, and people were just being shot dead. And so they say, and then in view of this, they had started a body called JOHAR, Jharkhandese Organization for Human Rights. And it was inaugurated by a very prominent, respectable person, Justice Krishna Iyer. But it's something did not really click and things did not take off. And it was a body just for namesake. So they asked me to revive that body, JOHAR. So I took it as a task given to me by the intellectual and committed leadership of Jharkhand. So then I based myself in Chaibasa. I contacted all those persons who were members of the general body, governing body of JOHAR, and told them, why has this come to an end like this? We should get it going. So everybody said yes, but then who will bell the cat? So I offered my humble services to do whatever is needed. So slowly people began to come and we formed a body. We did not even have a place initially. We sat under a tree, under a banyan tree, and then started. Then we got a small place. So then some young men and women from West Singhbhum, all Adivasis, joined me in this little effort. Then they were able to take on. So this brought me to the end of the 1990s. And then things were heating up in Jharkhand. People were asking for a separate Jharkhand state. And it looked, things were working towards it. So then the same leadership of Dr. Ramdayal Munda and others, they told me that there is a body, JOHAR, it can function on its own. Now you come to Ranchi, base yourself here and set up a place where activists from the Dalit and Adivasi communities especially, who are involved, who are concerned about what is happening to them in terms of land alienation and displacement and the after effects of mining. So that is, so they said, you take on this one. So they said we should have a place where Dalit and Adivasi activists should feel free to walk in, and they will be welcome, and either to do a study or for consultation or to hold a seminar or to whatever it is. So the task was given to me to set up this center, which I have done. And I have done with the collaboration, both financial, logistical, and others, of many, many persons and organizations. And the Jesuit Society itself came forward to first to give a place and to meet the the expenses or the cost of building up Bagaita. So finally we moved in 2006 with the basic setup that we have. From then on, what have we tried to do in Bagaita is trying to answer the needs of our people. And we know that land alienation and displacement has been taking place constantly all along. People in their own way have been trying to fight it out, to stand up against. Most they failed more rather than they succeeded. So these were serious problems. So we tried to focus on these two issues, especially land alienation and displacement. Displacement caused by mining, dams, factories, townships. So, and all this was done without consultation with the people, without their consent, and it was done forcibly, and so people were at the receiving end. So, but people did not give up. There were young people who wanted to rise up. So it became our task to identify such young persons and work with them, bring them here and help them to understand scientifically the issues they are facing. And then if this is the issue, what will be the nature of our people's movements, people's organizations, and what will be the strategies that need to be worked out. So we try to help them to equip themselves to when they go back to their communities, what would they do? So this is something that Bagaita has consistently trying to do, and when they do undertake a particular struggle or a demonstration or a dharna, we try to be part of them wherever it took place. So this is the thing. Now the several issues were there that we took up, like the 5th schedule of the Constitution, the Pesa Kanun, the Forest Rights Act, and finally the Land Acquisition Act of 2013, which finally recognized the need for consultation and consent of the Mahasabha. So we try to advocate this all over Jharkhand, and people received it very, very warmly. And so it is this which was also in 2014, 15, 16. A lot of our young people were just being thrown into jail. Anyone who stood up and resisted unjust displacement was called an Naxalite and thrown into jail. And practically every day, every week, our people were being thrown into jail. And it was not a case only of Jharkhand, it was happening in all the central tribal states of India, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and the western part of Bengal. So in 2017, I gave a call to whoever I knew, social activists, human rights organizations, civic rights organizations, say, come, let us sit together and see what we should do. We cannot be just bystanders to this. So it was received very well, and they came end of 2017, and we formed a body called Persecuted Prisoners Solidarity Committee, PPSC. That brought together several lawyers from all the states. And first we said we will do a scientific study in each of the states. First find out the situation of under trial prisoners in each of our states, then have recourse to legal action. So, and we had already done a study of under trial prisoners in Jharkhand. So I filed a case in Jharkhand High Court, a PIL, on behalf of about 3,000 young Adivasis who were languishing in the jail as under trial prisoners.